Good morning. Good morning. Good morning. Good morning on this Thursday morning. This Triumph Thursday morning. Good morning to you on this Triumph for Thursday morning. Listen, welcome to the Love Morning Show. I am your host, JB Lee, on this Triumph for Thursday morning. Good morning to you. Good morning. Good morning. Listen, today is a good day to be alive because God is good and he lives in us. So we say good morning to you from the Love Morning Show. As we do every morning, we know God is always saying some wonderful things about us every day, all day, because that's who he is. He says that he loves us with an everlasting love, and where we are fearfully and wonderfully made. And he says that we are more than conquerors. He says he loves us with an everlasting love. We are fearfully and wonderfully made, and we are more than conquerors. It do not get no better than that. He is so good to us. He gives us everything we need. I'm telling you, when he wakes us up, we talked about it yesterday about being thankful. And we have to be thankful because he wakes us up in the mornings. He starts us on our way. He gives us the things that we need in life. And you might say, well, I don't have everything I need, but you have some of the things you need. I don't have everything I need. But I'm telling you, God loves us and he wants us to prosper. And when we are thankful unto him, he will make sure that we prosper. That's just who he is. And you might say, well, you know what? I will go to church, but I don't never have no money to give. Don't worry about it. Still go. Don't worry about it. God will make sure you get something if you want to. If you see, he said he give. If you want to sow some money in a church, he said he gives seed to the sower. But you got to first make it to the church if you're gonna sow. We'll find you some ministry that you're interested in, and you can sow online. But you know it's good to go to be around. It says that we shouldn't forsake our assembling together with believers. We can grow and get edified and get built up. So God is always providing. We just got to be in a position where we can be able to receive what he's providing. All right, let's go down our topic for today. It's a very interesting topic. You got to let me know what you think. Very interesting topic. Change is not always easy. It's not always easy. And it's not always hard. Change is not always easy. And it is not always hard. Change is just what it is, change. It is our perception of the change that need to be made. Is our perception what determines in our mind if it's easy or hard. Some things that we get adjusted to in life, and we expect it to stay that way as long as we live. And we become comfortable with it. And when you have to change from that, sometimes it becomes hard. And for some people it becomes easy. But you have to, what you have to do, you have to, when there's, because there's always going to be some change. Things change around us all the time. We have to change in order to grow. And that's what changes. When you change, it always, especially when you're changing for the better, or just change, you might not think it's for the better, but sometimes change develops us. It matures us. It grows us up. And so change is necessary. Somebody say, well, yeah, I don't like change. I don't. And I used to think I didn't like change. I used to think I didn't like change. And there's some things I still don't like to change, but I've become more susceptible to change than I used to be. Because, when I was younger, and I'm gonna relate some of this to church and stuff. When I was younger and going to church and playing at churches, I played, I guess, just traditional gospel music all the time. That's what they sung in the churches. And when I got introduced to the Maranatha singers, man, this is a long time ago. The Maranatha singers and the praise songs that they were doing, I wanted to learn those songs and play those songs. But the people in the church that I was attending, they didn't want to hear nothing about those songs. So what happened, I ended up changing churches because I wanted to grow into something different than what I've heard all my life. And sometimes we have to change positions because change is necessary. We can't stay in the same place if we want to change. And so I had to change my position of where I was attending church to get what I wanted out of this relationship with God. And I'm glad I did. And there's nothing wrong with that. If you go to a church now and you're not getting what you need, and you need to change to get what you need, then you have to change. You have to change locations. You have to change the church you go in. That don't mean you have to move to another state, but you have to find your church in the area that you're in that is going to supply you with the teaching you need to help you grow. And some people say, well, I don't want to change my church because that's my mom and granddad. My granddad and grandma went there. They gone. If they are gone. Most of the time, especially people my age, they done gone. And so, you have to make up in your mind where you want to be in life. If you want to stay stuck, then you're not going to be susceptible to change. I mean, come on. We have to get in our mind where we want to be at in life. Are we going to be susceptible to change to get where we need to be? Or are we going to stay stuck where we're at because we don't want to change? And there's a lot of people stuck where they're at because they don't want to change. They don't see no growth in their life. They don't see. You got people, and I get it. I get it a lot of times with older people. Some of those are not older people. They're not that technical savvy when it comes to electronics. So they don't want to move to an iPhone or Android phone. It has all the buttons and the all that stuff on it, the apps and all that. They don't want to be into all that. They just want to pick up that phone, make a call. They don't care nothing about texting, and I get that. But a younger person that's trying to be, trying to be in with social media and stuff, you're gonna have to change. You say, well, I had this phone here for 10 years and it's still working, and you can't even update your apps. You can't even update your apps. You don't get all your text messages. Your phone don't even have emojis on it, and you trying to be relevant in a world that has all this technology. So you have to set your mindset on: are you going to stay stuck where you're at, or are you going to be susceptible to change? Change is not a bad thing all the time. Most of the time, change is a good thing. It gives us an opportunity to grow. It really does. It gives us an opportunity to grow. I used to be in technology, and technology changed at least once a month. And sometimes, more than that, technology changes all the time. And you have to be susceptible to the change that is made in technology. If you're going to work in that field, if you're going to do anything in technology field, You have to be prepared for change all the time because it's changing every day. And we might not see the change every day, but it's changing every day. But sooner or later, that change is going to reach you, and you're going to have to change your platforms, the way you do things. You're going to have to change a lot of the things you do that you have set in the algorithms and all this kind of stuff. Those things have to be changed to keep up with the technology. And those things have to be changed to keep up with virus protection and all that kind of stuff. That's why every so often you get updates to your phone, because something has changed. And you need to have those updates to make sure that your phone is capable of handling the information and the traffic that it receives, so it won't shut down and start acting crazy. Change is necessary. It's necessary. If you notice, we can go back to the church scene. You notice that back in the 60s and 70s and 80s, you didn't have no worship music like we have now. You didn't have no none of this stuff like we have now with Kurt Franklin and all these other artists, Ty Tribbett. You didn't have none of this kind of music. You didn't have no worship music from like Elevation and Maverick City Group and all that. You didn't have that kind of stuff back then. And see, now a lot of the younger people, they have gravitated to this newer stuff, and they don't want to go back to listening at the old Rugged Cross. They don't want to go back to reading singing songs out of the hymnal book. And the older people, they like, well, how come them songs is what we grew up on? That's what you grew up on. These other people, they want to hear something different. They want to experience God in a different way. And there is nothing wrong with that. They should want to experience him in a different way. And then a lot of people, older people, say, well, God ain't changed. Nobody says he did. But he has different methods and different platforms to get his people to where he wants them. So we have to be susceptible to change. We have to be willing to accept change. Change is not always easy, and it's not always hard. So we have to make up in our mind, how are we going to perceive this change so that we can grow in life? Or are we going to stay stuck where we at and stay the same? Tell me what you think about it. Change is necessary, but it's not always easy, and it's not always hard. What's your perception of it? That's what matters. All right. Let me know what you think. Let's move on down to our lunch menu for today. Our lunch menu, we got a good one today on this Triumphal Thursday. Our lunch menu for today is fresh salmon and a salad. Fresh salmon and a salad. What you think about it? Some good old fresh salmon. I like to get mine from Lowe's Food. They normally have theirs on sale. Some good old fresh salmon, man. You take that salmon and you, I like to leave the skin on mine. I take the scales off, but I leave the skin on. And I've cooked it several different ways. Put it in the oven, on top of the stove. In our New Wave air fryer, put it in that. And it cooks fairly easy and quick. I think I try to do about in the stove. All of it I try to do about maybe 15 minutes. Now some people don't cook theirs that long, but I want mine to be done inside. I don't want no sushi salmon. I want mine to be done, and put a little salt and pepper on it, onion powder, garlic powder. I think one time I did lemon pepper. I put lemon pepper on it. Man, that was good. I might have to try that again. Lemon pepper. Anyway, some fresh salmon and a salad. That's our lunch menu for today. Listen, let's go on down and do our declarations for today. We say to our day every day what God says about our day, and that we declared over our day that we are who he says we are, because I'm telling you, he's living in us and we in him, and we have the ability, the authority, and we should have the mindset to speak to our day every day of our life, because I'm telling you, it makes a difference. So let's go on down to our declaration. Today is a blessed day, a day full of love because God, you are love, a day full of grace, a day full of mercy, a day full of peace, a day full of joy, a day full of health, a day full of prosperity, a day full of all of who you are, God, because you are our everything. Today is a blessed day, a day full of love because God, you are love, a day full of grace, a day full of mercy, a day full of peace, a day full of joy, a day full of health, a day full of prosperity, a day full of all of who you are, God, because you are our everything. Let's do it one more again for the people in the back. Today is a blessed day, a day full of love because God, you are love, a day full of grace, a day full of mercy, a day full of peace, a day full of joy, a day full of health, a day full of prosperity, a day full of all of who you are, God, because you are our everything. Listen, God is so good to us. He wants us to enjoy everything in life. He wants us to be in health. He wants us to prosper even as our soul prosper. And I'm telling you, you got to realize it. Listen, go have yourself a wonderful Triumph Thursday. Love on somebody. Help somebody. Pray for somebody, but don't let nobody mess up your day, not even yourself. And remember, God loves you. He cares for you. He's not playing Santa Claus with your life. He is not bipolar. He's not schizophrenic. He wants the best for us all day, every day, because that's just who he is. We're talking about the God that made the heavens and the earth and everything in the universe. He loves us. I'm trying to tell you, listen, go have a wonderful, wonderful rest of your Thursday morning on this Triumph Thursday and be thankful. And listen, change is not easy, but it's necessary. It's not easy and it's not always hard, but it's necessary. Listen, we love you here at the Love Morning Show. We out. Yes, we